Spinwax Radio presents Real Talk with Ro, Sundays 4 p.m., where they talk about love, life, and relationships. Hey, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I am your host, Ro, and today we're going to talk about what goes on in the basement with these guys. We're going to start off talking about how does it look or how does it feel when someone in your circle wants to date your ex. We're going to jump right on into the conversation. Come on over and eavesdrop and hope you enjoy the show. I have come to terms with ex-husbands and baby daddies are off limit. It's just a too personal kind of thing, right? But say you was dating somebody and you was dating them, but it just didn't work out. I have come to realize that maybe that best friend or someone in my circle might be the one for them.
Yes.
Might be their one. So how you getting mad? It didn't work out with y'all. Y'all broke off, in a decent kind of a way. Hey, help yourself. That might be the love of your life. Y'all might run off and get married. Who knows? But it's just, I just don't, the way y'all do stuff. I mean, and I can say this too. You guys have a conversation.
Right. That's the main thing.
Women,
now,
nah. There's no conversation pretty much.
And not in all cases have there been discussions.
Okay.
In some cases, it's been where the guy is sneaking behind him. And I'm using the word sneaking because he's not saying anything. And then it wasn't like, it wasn't a thing where the guy was totally, really finished with the young lady. I mean, they kind of off and on with each other, but then now you're behind the back. So then now it's that sneaky. So it's not even about the young lady anymore. It's about your sneakiness. That's some punk stuff.
And that's about your friendship. Like, do you remain friends after that?
Most of the time, what happens, the guys now again, real rap. Some guys they almost went to physical, almost pull guns out on each other type thing. Right, because it was a baby involved.
Ooh.
So the guy just had a baby. The baby wasn't even 6 months old.
Come on.
Now he's out. He's running around. And his boy knew. So while he's out cheating on her, his boy was actually while he's out cheating, his boy over there knocking off the baby's mom.
That is so foul.
Right. Now that's foul. So when he found out, he's like, "Yo, man, yo," and the baby's supposed to be your godson, and
what?
yeah,
oh, this is real stuff.
Real stuff.
Yeah, but that says a lot for her though.
Well, I guess you can. Yeah, I guess.
Cause you can. Cause why would you do that? Like
right.
You still with this guy. And this is his best friend. We made you the baby godfather, and you want to sleep with him?
Right.
Y'all, this is basement talk, y'all. Wow.
So the last I heard, and this was years ago. The last I heard, which was again years ago, almost probably 20 years. 20 years now. So the child is an adult now. But anyway, the guy ended up really being with her.
The godfather.
Yes.
Because the father was cheating.
Yeah, he was cheating, and so, and the godfather ended up really liking the young lady, and he probably really liked her even from the beginning.
Right. And that's what's so funny about that though. You have some guys like that. Look, they sit back and they know their friend is a dog. Know he a downright dirty dog. And sit back and see how they treat the girl. And here they feeling sorry for the girl and start liking the girl. And then wind up sliding on in there.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's 1,000 men, over 1,000 men out here and women. Like, go get your own. Why? I mean, it's almost like you didn't want to put in no work to go find your own. So you take take over what your boy or your girlfriend has. Like, that's crazy. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I mean, again, you got to be careful. Here's one for you.
Mhm.
So, is just imagine that it's a young lady that she treats her men well, like not only financially, sexually, and like very nurturing, very caring.
Mhm.
The A guy is not really never gets those type. However, because he's privy to being able to be close to her, because it's his cousin's girl, it's his brother's girl, it's his one of his boys' girl, that he's around her a lot and being around her in probably ways that he shouldn't be around her, because if he was not the cousin or the brother or the close friend, then he wouldn't be around her in certain situations. So let me break that down. Whereas, sometimes he might spend the night. Sometimes he might see her not in full, and with her full clothes on, not naked or anything, but just in her down wear, right?
Mm.
Um, might be there and you know um, be able, be there and have, eaten dinner or something like that. So, but the thing is, because of her, she's her caring, her nurturing, financially, she's pretty well, well off. I mean, you heard things about her, like about sexual, you done pretty much, um, you're infatuated with her. And the guy that she's with, whether it's your cousin, your brother, whoever it is not treating her well. And kind of back to like what you said, it's almost like, yo, like, I could treat you well. Like, I wouldn't dare treat you the way he's treating you, especially how good you treat him.
Wow.
And then guess what sometimes happens? They end up hooking up.
Still
But
foul.
again, what makes it foul is if y'all don't have a discussion before it happens.
But how you what kind of conversation you actually gonna have if the guy's still in the picture?
Right. So really, there's really none.
Right.
However, it's again, if the guy is really like, yo, man, like, look, man, you can go, look, man, I give you my blessings in a way, like, cause yo, man, I ain't doing it right. You know, I got like two or three other women, man. So yo, man, I'm stepping off. Y'all do y'all.
Wow. So y'all just passing them all around, huh? That's what y'all do. Y'all sit it's y'all sit around the basement and say, "Yo, I'm about finished with this one. Anybody wanna?" Like, y'all is
It happens. I'm just telling you. Here's
y'all
another
just
one.
passing around people.
Here's another one. Ladies, don't send out naked pictures.
Why
If
y'all showing them? Y'all passing them around?
no, what's the reason to hold them to yourself?
Are you serious? Ladies, do y'all hear this? No
Mm,
more nudie texts.
Put it this way: 9 times out, and I don't care what you say. Don't be showing this picture. Right, we are right. Um, Now, here's the disclaimer: if her body ain't saying nothing, then I ain't probably gonna get passed on. But if she got a big butt or something, if it's something special about her body, oh, it's shown.
So y'all sit around in the basement passing pictures.
Absolutely.
I don't like the way you say that.
I done seen some people's. I done seen. Put it this way, I done seen some young ladies who you would think, what in the world? I would have never imagined that she'd be sending naked pictures. And the only way I seen her naked is because of in the picture. But I would have never, I was always curious, you know.
So for his eyes only ain't really for his eyes only, ladies. Do y'all hear this?
No.
Oh my God, y'all are just.
So at least don't show your face. If you really think that you need to send this naked picture, and if you really believe that it's not going to be shown, still just don't show your face.
So really listen, ladies. Your picture will be tossed around.
9 times out of 9.9999.
Even husbands?
Huh?
Even the husbands?
Now I don't know about that. Most of the time, it's the side pieces.
Oh wow.
Or it's the girlfriends.
Girlfriends?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's in a relationship for a while.
It could be it could be shown, but again, for the most part, though, it's mainly just side pieces.
Wow, that's crazy. Well,
again,
ladies, we've been warned. We've been warned. Well, you know what? I wonder, ladies probably do the same thing with the men. I don't know because I'm not into, sending those pictures.
I'm not into that. But here's the deal. If a guy is small, he don't want his picture shown. But if a guy is well hung, show it. Like, look.
Oh, so it's different. He don't care.
Right, he don't care.
Yes, men are from Mars, ladies from Venus, or Venus and Mars, whatever it is, y'all. This stuff. All right, what's the next thing y'all do in the basement?
Here's I'm trying to think of another one that comes about. Here's another one. Aunts.
Who?
Right, older cousins.
Oh my goodness.
Could be fair game.
Older cousins on opposite sides?
So here's one for you.
Okay, because wait a minute, make sure you clean that up.
So I'm gonna clear it up for you. So let's just say, a guy grew up in the neighborhood. It's an older sister or it's an aunt. Whatever,
okay.
And she's probably 10 years older.
Okay.
Well, at some point, those 10 years starts to mean nothing. You're grown and I'm grown.
Right.
So you actually have some people that is screwing somebody's aunt, screwing somebody's older sister. You know.
Wow.
Because I'm not a little boy anymore.
Right.
Yeah, and that might not seem too bad, but again,
yeah, that don't seem too bad. But when you first started off, it almost sounded like you were talking about within your family.
No. Now that's one thing I don't. Now I'm gonna go here.
Oh goodness gracious!
This is some touchy stuff.
Right.
There are some guys that will screw their cousin in a minute.
Oh gosh. Okay, so.
Right.
Yeah, this is the life segment, y'all. We do the love, life, and relationships. I guess this is the life. Wow. First cousins?
Huh?
First cousins?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now not many, but
I want to know what kind of friends you got.
Hey, this is not even some. I've heard this from not even just my friends, just in general, men, just in my travels.
Right.
You know, here's another one, and this is really not touchy because there's really no relations. So let's just say, mom marries somebody else, and her husband that she married has a daughter. Right? Okay, it's my stepsister, but we're not related.
Wow.
So guess what?
She free
So,
game. She free
huh?
game.
She freaking, we freaking each other.
Mm.
So that's why I'm just saying, parents, be careful when you think because you're using a word that's your stepsister, right? Because now remind you, it's not nobody's child. So it's not like it's the dad's child or the mom. It's the mom's child, but it's not by the dad.
Right. There's no blood relation.
So it's no blood relation. And now because of their step, you're allowing them to sleep in the same room and they chummy,
Who
and you
doing
think that
that?
sometime ain't nothing going on.
Who doing that? Ain't nobody doing that.
You're right. What?
No, I'm talking about letting your kids, you teenagers, and they sleeping in the same room with each other. Now, come
It
on.
happens because
I
the
know.
parents are not thinking.
Yeah, I know.
And that's like the oh man, perfect opportunity. Like, yo, man, I'm tearing that up.
Oh,
They're saying.
wow.
Yeah. So again, it's just got to be mindful. That's all. You know.
But I'm sure other things talked about in the basement. Y'all talk about goals and aspirations and
Oh yeah,
all that
absolutely. I
stuff
mean,
too.
you definitely talk about um, like finances and about retirement, about jobs, about careers. You get some people in there that they like, yo, man, like, you know, they they really wish that they would have probably went in a different direction. Or some people there share, like their vision that they have for the upcoming year or whatever. And then some people they really, you know, um, obtain their visions or obtain their goals that they set forth in their vision. So
Right.
it's a lot of good stuff, you know. Um, it's just not always about, about the women, you know,
Mhm.
um, daddy issues.
Oh
Not too much about
wow.
mommy issues, but a lot of daddy issues.
And what do y'all talk about when it comes to daddy issues? That's a
You
great
know,
topic. Mhm.
one person might, mention about like his dad never being around and
Mhm.
how it affect him. Here's one for you. Dads, please don't do this. If you tell your child that you're coming, come, right? Come get him or come visit him if that's what you said. It's better that you don't tell the child
Right.
because as soon as you say, oh, look, I'm going to come get you on Friday, that child is expecting you to come get him on Friday. And
Right.
then when you don't show up on Friday, that is a very, very hurt child. And it's so sad because some children from 8 years old, they're carried into their adulthood.
Yeah.
They can remember the time when dad said he was coming to get me and I done threw on my favorite sneakers. I was so excited that I was going to go hang out with my dad. And I sat out on the steps and I just waited and waited. And mom is still trying to hang in there. And, it's dark outside now. And finally she said, well, why don't you just come on in, son? And, just, we'll keep the screen door, just, keep the screen door, I mean, the door open and, or sit by the window, and I'll try to call your dad or something. And she already knows that he's probably not coming. So dad thinks everything is hunky dory. And even sometimes the other parent, because the child doesn't give too much, sometimes the child don't even cry. He just hurt so much he can't even cry. But
Right.
guess what he did? He's been scarred on the inside.
Yeah.
And then now he's an adult talking about that situation when he was 8 years old.
Yeah. And he's still stuck there when he sees
Yep.
his father. Whenever he do get to talk to his dad, he's stuck at 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And grown people don't understand that. The trauma that it causes a kid. Like I think, as a parent, we do things not realizing that is hurting the child because we look at them as being a child. Oh, they understand,
No.
they understand, and don't realize no, they don't understand. And now they have to process those feelings and those emotions about why. Like, why don't you come and see me? Why didn't you come? How come you keep not coming? Do you love me? Why do you keep rejecting me? And then they grow up because the most important person in their life has abandoned them and rejected them so many times over and over again. And you know what's funny about that too? They always grow up at 8. They stay stuck at 8, but they always trying to do something to get that parent's attention.
Mm-hmm.
Always all their life they're fighting to get that person's attention, hoping that they'll come around one day. And that's
Mm-hmm.
a hurt piece. And grown
Yeah.
people don't understand that. That's sad. Wow. So how do y'all process that with the person when they start talking about that?
A lot of times just listening.
Right.
Because that's another thing that people understand. That kind of stuff, it takes a lot of processing through. It's not an overnight fix.
Right.
And most guys don't even want to go through what it takes to go through the healing. For most guys, they just stay scarred and stay hurt with it.
Wow.
Because it's a long journey.
It is a long journey. But then but then I wonder if that has a lot to do with um fathers men fathering children and then leaving them fatherless.
Well, and that's another thing. So here's one for you. Some parents, some moms, and some dads, they think that they were really there for their child.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I've heard mom say, no, well, although he wasn't in the house, you know, um, he was always around, or I
Yeah.
always, could depend on him. And then if you really start asking questions, right, you'll
Mm-hmm.
realize that how really what you thought or perceived, the dad really wasn't there the way he probably should have been. And the really not is not for, I just use this because I've talked to people, and once you get to talking, it's like, yo, but to ask the child if you can, if the child now that is an adult is truthful, again, it would blow you away about their childhood. Blow you away.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I have to agree on that one.
You know, and some kids even has mommy issues.
Yeah. Yeah. I've known some men who have issues with their mother become womenizers or treat women with disrespect. And I also found that some women who didn't get along with their mother have issues with female relationships.
Hmm. So here's one for you.
Mm-hmm.
um, some women who share a man, and the son knows that mom was sharing a man,
Mm-hmm.
could be so detrimental to the, as a child, not so bad, but as an adult, oh my goodness, it could tear a guy up.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
like how could you, mom? Like,
Yup.
you know, why would you do that? Like,
Absolutely.
and
So
the mom is
true.
saying what I was doing, what I thought was best.
Yeah.
And but no, mom, that was just that was just dumb.
Right. Exactly. Because they don't
You know,
understand. They don't understand that. What that mom was trying to do. Yeah.
right? So again, if you can get the trueness from your children, which most of the time you're really not. When I was a counselor, I've heard so many stories that people have never told their parents,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, you know, even to a certain degree, you know, are you going to tell them? Nah, I ain't gonna tell them. It's just something that doesn't need to be said. So they're gonna take it to the grave.
Yeah. There's a lot of that goes around, and a lot
Hmm.
of it that doesn't get processed correctly, and is acted out emotionally through their character, and you never understand why because they never shared with you why
Hmm.
they do the things that they do, and you thinking that they were okay the whole
Hmm.
time, and they not. Things happen that you don't know about. you know it's sad, and you put them in the hands of people that you trusted, and things were said or either done to them, and you never knew what happened to them.
And here's another one,
Mhm.
right? And I'm putting this. I'm not bashing the women or putting this just on the women, but some women think they're sneaking a guy over their house. So the kid is kind of little, maybe 8 years old, 9 years old. I don't know, six, seven, and you think that because you got, I'm gonna keep the man in the bedroom until my kid or kids go to school, and then they could come out, right? They
Mhm.
come in late. They could come in after the kids go to sleep. Do you know sometimes when you fall asleep, even if your door is cracked or even if your door is shut, some kids actually come in the room and see the guy,
Yeah. Yeah. My mom used to have a saying, every closed eye ain't sleep.
right? And sometimes they never tell you what they seen.
Wow.
Here's one that's even worse because y'all was having sex and they came in while y'all was having sex. And please, if y'all was getting freaky deaky deaky and he seen some things that he probably didn't want to see his mom doing.
He's
Con-
scarred for life.
yes, scarred for life.
Oh my gosh. Yes, scarred for life, Lord Jesus. I tell you,
It happens.
it does happen. That's why you got to put a lock on your door, ladies. You got
Yeah.
or
Matter of
send your
fact,
kids
really,
away. Send them away.
right, really and truthfully, go take your butt to a hotel.
Or send them over somebody's house.
Right, yeah, right. Or cinema smart. There you go.
Yeah, send them over somebody's house if you're trying to have company. I'm a true believer though that if you have children, um, and you trying to date or whatever the case may be, don't do it in front of your kids. And I know somebody's going to disagree with me, and that's cool. That's okay. This is, my view because I look at it like this. You're involved with somebody, you involve that person in your life to your children, you introduce them to your children. The children get attached, you're attached, and then it doesn't work out. Now those kids are devastated. And now you trying to heal, they trying to heal, and then next thing you know, a few months later, here comes somebody else. So I feel like dating, and you tell me as a man, you tell me, I just feel like dating, you should not have, as my mom would say, Tom, Dick, and Harry around your children. Now, until you serious, like I really don't think, a man should even meet your children until you're serious. And I've heard both pros and cons about that. And it's like, well, how do you know how they're going to be with your kids if they never meet them? And how long you think it's long for them not to meet your children? And I don't think that's fair, and da 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 da. But I'm like, but you're not even sure about the relationship. It's almost like the 90-day rule before you give them some. You don't even know how this person is really going to be. You just met him. He's already coming over your house. He's spending the night. Your kids are seeing him. All types.
Not good.
Yeah, like no, you don't. You just don't date. But as a man, and I probably know where you're going to go with this because, you know, but how do you feel as a man dating someone that have children? Do you think there's a time frame that should be before you meet their kids, or what? Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk with Ro, where we discuss love, life, and relationships right here on Spin Wax Radio, Sundays, 4 p.m.